lights make the night so bright with you. Everything feels right. Neon lights make the night so bright with you. Everything feels right. Make the night so bright with you. Everything feels right. Neon lights make the night so bright with you. Everything feels right. Neon lights make the night so bright with you. Everything feels right. Neon lights make the night so bright with you. Make the night so bright with you. Everything feels right. Neon lights make the night so bright with you. Everything feels right. Neon lights make the night so bright with you. Everything feels right. Neon lights make the night so bright with you. Everything feels right. Neon lights make the night so bright with you. Everything feels right. Neon lights make the night so bright with you. Everything feels right.
A space for my fans and me to interact, make art and have fun. It's a one-man show and entirely free. I do it every single week except some. I'm waiting to go, it's all live and online, so you should stick around and say hello. Are you feeling creative? Cause now's the time. Welcome to the Most Week Show.
I am not me. I am art, and I am welcoming you to the Most Week Show. It is currently 9:06 a.m, the 29th of March, 2020. You are here with me right now, and I thank you for that. If we were together physically, we would be, breaking quarantine, self-isolation rules. That would be bad. But if I somehow knew you weren't infected and you took me at my word that I was not infected, I would show my appreciation for you physically with a hug, with a kiss, or with a fist bump, or bones. As 'tis, the best I can do is raise a glass to you. Raise a glass to you, and you can raise a glass to me. Got some apple juice here, starting the day off right. We like to start this show with a toast. It's a thing we like to do here, a tradition. So here goes. To you, to me, to my supply of TP, toilet paper. Still going strong, you guys, still going strong. Thanks, Charmin. Cheers. Cheers to one and all. Cheers. Oh, I'm going to have another double dip on that sip. Got to do it. Wow. Hello guys. How are you? The buzzword for the Most Week Show this week is positivity. We're being positive. I've got it written. Here. This is a potentially negative time. Because you're either disgustingly poorly or under house arrest, kind of. But we are keeping it positive. I hope you're all keeping it positive wherever in the world you are. Are you staying positive? I can only hope that this week, not only have you been positive, but you've been heroes as well. I hope you've been heroes. I showed you last week how easy it is to be a hero. And so I hope you heeded my beautifully sung words. Antisocial and lazy. Yeah? Antisocial and lazy. That's the key. Juice Dota, don't test positive though. That's a heck of a point, Juice Dota. That is a heck of a point. Positive, but don't test positive. Test negative, don't be negative. Yeah? If you want to put that on a t-shirt, you don't even have to give me 15%. 7, I think, is probably fair. In fact, you know what? Let's just go to the family simile straight off. Let's just not muck around here. I've got some new transitions that I've implemented, and I'm going to use one of them right now, so hold on to your hats. Oh, what a lovely little digital transition that is. As heroic as. It's very simple. I'm going to put it on the... I need my little light, my little keyboard light. There we go. I'm going to put it on the ticker down below so everyone can see. I know that I've missed out on doing that a couple of times. But as heroic as, you need to complete the simile. Now, ideally, this would be talking about being a corona hero, specifically, aka being lazy and antisocial. But here's the question. How creatively can you be lazy and antisocial? This could be something that you've done or something that you haven't done. For instance, my entry might be as heroic as sitting on the toilet looking at your phone so long that your legs fall asleep and you have to crawl out of the bathroom. That's heroic, guys. That's heroic. In this day and age, that's heroic. Could be some level of heroism that you aspire to. So use your memories or your imaginospheres to think of a creative way to be corona heroic. And at the end of the show, I'll pick a winner. And if that's you, your name will go on the ticker below for the next show. Timing is bad, as ever. As ever. I think it's deliberately doing it now. It was Juice Dota last episode with as boring as a 20-person conference call about 2 participants' issues. A great simile, using their own experiences in this new world order to create unique art. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. It's wonderful. And next time, it could be you. Okay, so get commenting. Let's go back to the thing. New transition? Sure. Ooh, kind of concertina-y, kind of, yeah. Pretty exciting. As promised last week, as part of being positive, I am not going to be mentioning the coronavirus at all. I mean, I just did it then, obviously, but that's first and last. Because really, I've had enough of it. I've had enough of it. I am sick of it, I would say. I am sick of a sickness. How about that? Do you know what I do if coronavirus was a person and I met them, I'd punch them. Yeah? And I'm not a violent person. But I'd punch them. Or rather, it'd be like more like a thump, like with the bottom part of the fist. Because to me, that just seems like it would hurt them roughly the same, but it would hurt me 80% less than using my knuckles. Bone on bone. No, thank you. Just a thump. And then I would kick them. Yeah? Right between the wickets. And please note, I'm not giving this virus personification agenda. If anything, I would let the virus choose its own gender identity, which I actually think is pretty progressive of me. But boy or girl, a kick between the wickets, that's going to hurt something, right? And then I'd just go like Jason Bourne on them. I'd hit them with something that was to hand, like something random, like a hardback book, or this box that my mobile telephone came in. I mean, this is hard. This could do some damage. Yeah, really. Yeah. And then they'd be just like lying on the floor, clutching their face, and they'd be saying something like, "Ow!" Right? And then I'd just leave. And I'd go to their neighbourhood, and I would go door to door with a picture of them, and I would ask people, "Hey, have you seen Corona?" And the neighbours would ask, "Why are you looking for them?" And I'd just be all like evasive, but like a little bit aggressive. And I'd be like, "That's my business, okay, punk? So keep your nose out." And then all the neighbours would think, "Poor, that Corona is into some dodgy stuff." They would label them as a troublemaker. They'd be like, "Don't hang around with Corona. They're bad news." And then the neighbours would never say hi to them in the street again, or agree to feed their cats when they were out of town. Then I'd break into Corona's house, search through their things, their important documents, and I would use the information on the important documents to sign up for a very high-interest payday loan using an address that wasn't theirs. And I'd just never pay it back. So not only would they be in debt and with a terrible credit rating, thus making it very difficult for them to get financing on a new car or apply for a mortgage or something, their entire house would smell like fish. Because I would have already used the payday loan that I applied for before to buy 7 microwaves and 7 portions of Scandinavian fermented fish, and I would cook them. Yeah, slow and low, baby. Slow and low. And then Corona gets back to their house, head still swimming from the box to the head. And they'd be feeling the dirty looks from their neighbours, and they'd be smelling their disgusting house. "Oh, this smells disgusting." Ding dong, that's the doorbell. They open the door, it's their father. I contacted them through Facebook, pretending to be Corona, saying, "Hey, do you want to pop over today?" Corona's father is now at the door, and he just looks around. And he says, "You're such a disappointment." And he just leaves. And then I would leave. But before I did, I'd kick him again. Yeah? Right between the wickets. That's what I'd do. Or something like that. Something like that. Probably. So, like I say, we're staying positive this week. That's important. Let's play a game. Wait. Why does it always do this? Why do bad things happen to good people? Let's play a game. I am Notme, I am Art, and I'm your host for How Old? The game show that makes you say, wow, that celebrity's age is surprising. I'm joined as ever by the lady with all of the answers, Alexa. How are you doing today, Alexa?
I'm bored.
Well, we're all bored. We're all in the same boat. Let's play around. I am the dealer, and I choose Amy Adams and Salma Hayek, the naggy wife from Vice versus the naggy wife from Grown Ups. But who's younger? Good luck to all of you who've made your guesses. Now let's turn to Alexa for the truth.
Amy Adams is 45 years old, and Salma Hayek is 53.
53? Good gracious. Still looking caliente, though. I guess it's true what they say. Hispanics don't crack. Thank you all so much for playing. Tune in soon for the next round. It's a goodbye from me and a goodbye from Alexa.
This didn't make me any less bored.
And a special congratulations to you, Amy Adams. You're younger. How about that? How about that? I've taken the concept that we came up with last week and just turned it into something real slick and profesh. Like, you wouldn't be super surprised if instead of not me presenting that, it was like Bob Barker or Dale Winton or some other, Michael Barrymore presenting some kind of game show like that, right? I mean, that's pretty good. We're getting some incredible family simile suggestions coming through. As heroic as Jesus standing up. I mean, he is a hero to me and to you, apparently, which is wonderful. As heroic as not washing for a week and calling it water conservation. Anna Karine. That is spectacular. I mean, it's kind of stinky. It's kind of stinky, but you're putting a good spin on it, and that's positivity. Yeah. Juice Dota as heroic as giving the neighbours the stink eye for hosting a birthday party during quarantine. Gosh, that you should be giving them the stink eye. Absolutely the stink eye. That should tarnish their good name. I mean, I was talking about tarnishing coronavirus's good name with their fictional neighbours in the personification neighbourhood that coronavirus lives in. But that's the same, right? That's the same. That's forevermore. They will be, they had a birthday party during quarantine. Just bragging that they've got a lot of friends. Get out of here with that. Nana Hobbob is heroic as the person at the grocery store who sees the last 2 bags of cat food, but only takes 1 because that's all they need, and to take 2 would contribute to unhelpful hoarding. That's very good. That's very good, Nana Hobbob. Absolutely. Although Juice Dota counters with, are we eating cat food already? Nana Hobbob, I hope you have a cat. I hope you have a cat. Heroic is stockpiling food to the ceiling, making sure to leave plenty for others. Stockpiling food to the ceiling whilst making sure to leave plenty for others. They might be in opposition there. I'm just gonna pull you up on that. Not having to go out for at least a month, potentially preventing the spread of coronavirus. Fantastic. As heroic as buying and delivering food to others. Absolutely. SJ Beck, that is terrific. Sick baselines, Juice Dota. Thanks, bro. Or sis. A lot of people won there. Anna Karine seems to be the only person who lost the game of How Old, but that's fine. That's a compliment to Salma Hayek, or Selma, as you've like on The Simpsons, or the heroic march for racial equality. What have we got next? Should we help someone? I feel like we should help someone. I feel like it's a positive thing to help somebody. So let's help some people.
When and what and who and why? Is she for real? Am I going to die? Whose genes are these? How big is a crow? If you ask Notme, then you'll know.
Boom. Ask Notme. So this week, let's help someone. Yeah? Let's have a positive effect on somebody's life through creative thinking. This week I was asked a question via Facebook DMs. Somebody slipped into my DMs from Joshua Meusch. I mean, it's spelled strangely. Meusch. I don't know. Anyway, Josh writes, As somebody who was let go from a job when all of this first started, sad face, I find myself, like so many, in the position of having to find a new job when the world goes back to normal, or possibly before. There's something about your confidence and self-assuredness, talking about me, that tells me that you have never had any problem finding work. Could you give me some pearls of wisdom that might help me land my dream job? So basically, he's asking, I need a job. Help! And that's great. That's great. Absolutely, I can help you. Absolutely, I can help you. Josh, baby. I'm not sure I'm calling you baby, but I hope that that's appropriate. Like you say, this is a situation that a lot of people are finding themselves in, which is awful. And you're absolutely right. I have never had any trouble finding a job for myself. Technically, that's because I never had a job. I mean, my job right now is being an artiste and an inspiration, and I do that very well. That's a full-time occupation. But in terms of doing something for money, which I suppose would be the more kind of, square, like dictionary definition, then no. I have not had a job, never been in a job interview, never even looked for a job, really, seriously. I mean, a couple of times just to, make a point to my parents, but never with any real gusto. But whatever I am looking at, I just kind of absorb. It's one of the things that makes my art so good. My superhuman sensitivity. I drink in the experiences of the world in a way that would actually kind of blow your mind. So I know exactly what to do. The hunting for the job part, not particularly interesting to me and very specific to you, but the job interview has been detailed in far more sitcoms and Hollywood films, so that is what we'll focus on here today. So without further ado, I present you with Notme's top tips for nailing job interviews. There we go. Here we are. Whew. You excited? I'm excited. I'm excited. Okay, so number 1. Speaking volume. A job interview is a negotiation, largely, and a negotiation requires you to have the upper hand. The dominant party always wins. And the best way to assert your dominance is to make sure that whatever volume your interviewer is talking at, you're talking louder. It doesn't need to be a lot louder, just enough so they know. Yeah? So they know. That'll make them think, wow, this guy means business. I'd better do what he wants. Speaking volume. Number 2, prep your answers. But wait, I hear you cry. Not me. How do I know what questions they will ask me? The secret answer is that they're not going to tell you. Yeah? None of these, how to succeed websites are going to tell you this nugget of truth. It doesn't matter what they ask you. Yeah? You need 3 or 4 amazing stories about how incredible you are at being a working person. Yeah? Work on them, plan them out, learn them verbatim. Treat it like an audition for a play, okay? These are your audition monologues, yeah? Put in, ups and downs, sudden twists, okay? If their questions match up with your answers, perfect. But if they don't, they're going to be so swept up with your performance that they won't even remember what their question is. I mean, it's an incredible thing to watch. A really, really incredible thing. It's just kind of drawn it. You might get a round of applause. I don't know. I mean, it depends on how well you do it. Number 3, treat them mean. Yeah? A job interview is like a date. Okay? And what has been proven time and time again is that the best thing you can do on a date is act disinterested. You don't need this job. This job is beneath you. Neg them. Yeah? Neg the job. Look around the room, check your phone and smile as if you've just received a sexy message from another job, yawn. All of these things and more will make them think, oh wow, this guy must be like a CEO and we have an opportunity to get him to work here as a cleaner. We'd better roll out the red carpet. And for you to walk on, not for you to clean, although that is, because you'll get the job. And if you're questioning whether or not this actually works in real life, thinking, treat them mean, keep them keen, does that work? Really? Really? Riddle me this. How come there are so many terrible people who are married? Not by trying hard. Let me tell you that for real. Number 4, have a secret. What's the secret? Not me. Well, that's for me to know and you to find out. Do you feel it? Do you feel it right now? You want to know the secret, right? You think that I'm even cooler and even more confident because I know the secret and you don't. Knowledge is power, guys. Now, your secret can be anything you want, but it has to be real for you to feel it, okay? Now, if you've ever committed a horrible crime and never been caught for it, lucky you, because you've already got your secret sorted. But for the rest of you, I would recommend wearing something weird underneath your clothes that they will never know about. It could be some really weird, crazy underwear from a gender that isn't even yours. It could be a child's Halloween costume, or it could be some body paint spelling out a rude word. Whatever it is, you know it, they don't, and you'll never tell. And the final piece of advice I have is research your target. A job interview is like a spy movie, yeah? You need to know who you are dealing with. Now, any old schmo will tell you to research your interviewer through LinkedIn. Yeah, LinkedIn. Oh, you used to work at... well done, congratulations, because they've done 3 years of... child's play. Yeah? The real interview champions research their interviewer on Facebook. And yes, most people don't share a lot of information about themselves to strangers, but a lot of people will share a decent amount of information with friends of friends. So you find your interviewer on Facebook, you look down their list of friends, you find somebody with a profile picture of them drinking on a night out, and you friend request them. Now, most party animals have a friend count in the 4 figures because they're just not picky. Yeah? They will accept, and then you're in. Find out as much information as you can. Likes, dislikes, children's names. So when the interview ends, they ask you, hey, do you have any questions for me? And you ask them, how did you enjoy the zoo last week? Little Jakey looked like he was having a lot of fun. And your wife looks great in that green top. That's when they know you're the kind of job candidate who goes above and beyond. And if you follow these steps, Josh and anybody who is currently out of work, you'll be hearing those simple words that we all long for. When can you start, you champion of work? Positivity. Anyway, like I say, I've never been on a job interview, so that's largely just my guess. Thank you so much, Josh, for asking the question. I trust you feel that I answered it well. Get your questions in via comment, email, or DM, and maybe you can be the focus of the next Ask Notme. Nice. Okay, nice little swipe down. Let's see where as heroic as John McClane on Christmas Eve. Sure. I mean, hopefully this whole lockdown crisis doesn't go on until Christmas Eve. That's maybe a negative output that I'm not looking for. Positivity. That's the buzzword here. As heroic as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Sure. They do say underground a lot. Is that and they order in pizza a lot, so maybe they're the ideal people in a kind of a scenario like this. Who knows? That's an acceptable answer. As heroic as Notme. I think I know who's winning. No, I'm not that egotistical. Who wants to feel challenged?
Art bet! To challenge yourself is artistic. Art bet! I'll give you options you can pick. Art bet! Take a guess, see if you won. Art bet! It's not for money, just for fun. Art bet!
Here we are at the art bet once again. Now, I will preface this. This isn't an excuse. I had some other options that I was going to use for... the art bet this week. Obviously, it has to be either myself, Jesus, or cameraman George. I had some cool stuff that I was going to do, but cameraman George vetoed it all. and was just nagging me so much about last week's effort. For the fools out there who missed last week's, he was throwing socks into a basket, and he wasn't really happy with his performance and wanted another shot. And I said, well, we're not going to do the basket again, because that's repetition, and that's death to an artiste, unless it's a sequel. So what we're going to do is something else. And he was like, yeah, okay. And he said, let's go up on the roof and do something with the bulls. And I thought, well, it's all raining. And he was like, please. And I thought, well, fine, whatever. Whatever. So let me just make sure that this is all going to sound well for you. Yeah, multi-up, yeah, we're all good. So this is what we've got. This is what we've got. It's not my best, but it's Cameraman George's thing, and if you're living with somebody, these are the sacrifices you have to make. Over to you, Notme.
Today's art challenge will be completed by Cameraman George once again. Why are we standing up on the roof when it's raining and getting cold? Pride. Male pride. The most powerful force in existence. And if we can't overcome it, then we will never be free. Or something. It's raining. Let's do this quickly. This will be a game of bulls or bowls or whatever it might be. Down this end, there is a red ball or jack that Cameraman George will attempt to hit with those 4 blue balls. Blue balls maybe being particularly appropriate for him not being quite able to seal the deal in the way that he might have wished last week. Impromptu, but it still works. He'll be standing behind the edge of the area over here and throwing it over here, having 4 opportunities to do so. That is Cameraman George's art challenge, to do better than last week and therefore assuage his male pride. That's his challenge. Your art bet is simply, how many times will his blue ball hit the red? Back to you, not me.
So there we go. That's the setup. Nice and simple. It's a game of balls. He's got 4 chances to hit that red jack. You going to make your bet? Well, no, you can't, because you don't have all the information. Okay? So let's go for some things to consider. What do we need to consider? Number 1, the bull's area is approximately 30 feet long. Now, it was raining. It was kind of cold. Wasn't in the best mood. I think I'm covering it well, but I wasn't in the best mood. So this is approximately 30 feet long at a guess by my eye. No measuring equipment was used in the creation of this thing to consider. Okay? But it's approximately 30 feet long. It's long, whatever it is. Number 2, the balls weigh approximately the same as a Chipotle burrito. So they're quite heavy. So in terms of getting it down, as I mentioned last week, Cameraman George is an athletic chap, but not a sporty chap. Okay, so strength-wise, you're not worrying too much, because I'm pretty sure he could throw a Chipotle burrito 30 feet. Although he wouldn't, obviously. He values the burrito greatly. He can sometimes be a little bit snobby about Mexican food. There's another story for another time. And thing to consider, number 3. Now, I imagine some of you are seeing Jesus and questioning his what he's doing there. He has a backpack that I can put him in sometimes. I sometimes use it if I'm going on a particularly long walk, or he's particularly tired, or whatever it might be. In this instance, the bulls area where people are throwing heavy bulls, burrito heavy bulls, doubles as my ceiling, because I live on the top floor, penthouse level. But stupidly, the building put a game where you need to drop balls on the floor as my ceiling. So occasionally you hear the boo, 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 and it's really annoying. And Jesus doesn't like it. He kind of starts barking. So I thought, well, as we're going to be doing this, I need to take Jesus up. As Cameraman George is going to be doing the challenge, I need to be filming it, so I can't be wrangling Jesus at the same time. I'm just going to put him in the backpack. Okay, so that's where he is. He loves it. He's pretty chilled out there, so he does not factor in. Okay? But consider it nonetheless. What are our options? Nice and simple. You know what the options are already. A0, B1, C2, D3, E4. Failure is an option. Maybe he's going to mess up this entire thing. Maybe he's going to mess up this entire thing. What do we think? What do we think? What are our options? Pitanque. Is that another name for bulls? Okay. C2. Okay. D, B, B. Okay. Okay, getting these options in. Well, good luck, guys. I mean, really, the option should be, will he regain his masculinity as he feels that he lost it last week? Will he not? Or will we just go in and get warm again before we've even found out? Because we're a little bit knocked at him. Those should be the options, but they're not. Going for these 5. A, 0, B, 1, C, 2, D, 3, E, 4. Have another little sip. Love that apple juice. Good luck, everybody. Potonk.
Okay, congratulations, everybody. Cameraman George, without saying anything, are you ready?
Potonk.
A nod of the head. Let's head all the way down here. I mean, it is quite a fair distance. I think if he hits it even once, he'll have done quite well. Is that the ball there? That's the ball there. Okay, Cameraman George, release your first blue ball.
Ball released.
Almost.
Close.
Almost.
Close.
Going with a second. That's one. That's one. That's one connection. One of 2 so far. 50%. Which is, I think, a trickier 50% than the one last week. Very, very close. Very, very close with that third one. And number 4. That's 50%. That's another 50%. So fingers crossed he's going to be more happy with that one. Are you happier with that one, Cameraman George? There's a nod and 2 thumbs up. Gosh, good gracious. Congratulations to those of you who guessed correctly. The upcoming week is going to be great. God is on your side. Give it meaning. If you didn't guess correctly, don't worry about it. It's just a game of bulls, which is a game that's so unimportant. Only old people play it. That is the lesson. We don't need to do anything else, do we? No, we can get out of the rain. Well done, Cameraman George, and well done, Jesus.
There it is. There it is. So well done to, who have we got here? Monkey Pigsy, Emma Acton. Definitely not Duda. Monkey Pigsy changing. You're a changeable type, Monkey Pigsy. Always mixing it up. And I have to say a big shout out to Nana Hobob. Going for E, thinking it was going to be 4 out of 4. Positivity. Well done. Very, very positive. And I like that a lot. So that is the art bet, and I hope we all learned something. And I hope that George considers himself a man again. Men. Am I right, ladies? Let's go for Starburst. Wow. What have we got next? What have we got next? Okay. So I thought a good way to finish would be to show you just what is possible during quarantine. There's a lot of things going around. There's, hey, use this time to make some art, write a story, make a film, whatever it might be. And you might be thinking, I'm on my own. I've no resources. There's no way I can make incredible art. Well, that's where you're wrong. I'm here to tell you that's where you're wrong. Because you are the most incredible artiste in the universe. Barring, like, I don't know, a few dozen real top-notch ones. So this is a short film that I filmed ages ago, but wasn't released for political reasons. I made it entirely on my own, without even Jesus or Cameraman George to help, okay? So this is all me, 100%, nobody else, okay? I found myself in a headspace where I just needed to get away and clear my head from all the stuff and junk, yeah? Happens from time to time. So I went to an Airbnb in Spokane, Washington. Now I thought, I live in the biggest city in Washington State, Seattle. It's a wonderful place. Why not check out the second biggest? Okay, second biggest must be pretty sweet as well. Turns out, there's quite a big drop between numbers 1 and 2. Okay? But the Airbnb was great. Very clean, very spacious, lots of white linens. I was going through some stuff, nothing to do with what the film ended up being about, but some stuff that had happened to me a few years ago. Again, a million miles away from what the film ended up being about. But I found myself writing this incredible piece about love and loss and betrayal and heartache. Some raw stuff here, guys. Now, I can't stress enough that the script and subsequent film had nothing to do with anything I personally have ever been through, so please don't read that into things. But it is a film that I am very proud of, and I'm sure that once you watch it, you will be proud of me too, okay? So without further ado, this is the world premiere, guys. Without further ado, please enjoy the world premiere of A Good Night's Sleep. There is a man in the bed, and the man can't sleep. The skewed pillows are a skewed reminder of where his girlfriend should be lying. And she was particularly good at lying. Typical woman. Even when they watched TV together in this bed, she was maybe thinking of other men, with possibly muscles, and no gut, and a normal chin. The man wondered where she was. She'd told him she was going to a work thing, but she was doubtless with some other man right now, kissing his neck and rubbing his shoulder blades. The coldness of his girlfriend's heart left him cold, and the fact that it was snowing outside seemed like great symbolism. Also, he was cold because he was wearing no trousers. Back in the warmth of the bed, the man wondered whether he had done anything to make her do the things she was very probably doing with the presumably hunky man she was in all likelihood doing them with. No, the man realised. He'd been pretty great with caring about her and checking up on her and making sure he knew where she was at all times. He'd been great at boyfriend stuff. She was just dreadful at girlfriend stuff, what with the almost definite cheating and all. And so, in that moment, the man decided that she was now his ex-girlfriend. Yeah, that would show her. He should call her to let her know, the man thought. Actually, no. He'd just go all quiet and distant and ignore her. She'd get the point eventually. Instead, right now, soothed by his brave decision, he would get a good night's sleep. Wow. I mean, emotional much? A pretty great film there, I think we can all agree. Just going to get to some of these comments here. Monkey Pigsy, it's almost as if there are two of us typing on different screens at the same time. Now, if that's true, and there are two of you on two different screens signed up using the same account, each get an account, okay? I'm working for likes and views and followers here, and if you're just halving that, I'm not sure we're on the same team. Do you see what I mean? We're not pulling for the same positivity. Thanks so much for watching. Definitely not due to pure art. Emma Acton, hypnotic. Monkey Pigsy, great film. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks so much, guys. Definitely not due to has won 4 in a row of the art bets. That's incredible. Definitely not due to top-notch work. Top-notch work. Can you make it 5 next week? 5 would be an incredible thing, I think. So, it's the moment that we've all been waiting for. Family simile. As heroic as... Who's won it? Who's won it? Drumroll, please. Anna Karine, as heroic as not washing for a week and calling it water conversation. Let me tell you what I liked about this one. Conservation. Let me tell you what I liked about this one. It had an element of confession to it. An element of confession to it. It felt to me, I said you could use your imagination. I get the sense that this wasn't using the imaginosphere. I get the sense that this is a memory. I get the sense that Anna Karine is not washed for a week. And I think that's not something I would assume, giving you the benefit of the doubt, Anna Karine, that you would do on a normal week. So you are taking real inspiration and doing what you have to do to be a hero in this quarantine situation, okay? So that is top quality work right here. Anna Karine is heroic as not washing for a week and calling it water conservation. Do you know what would make me happy? Do you know what would make me happy? If we could all show up again next week, and have everybody say, do you know what? We haven't washed for a week either. If we could just get this trending, get this virus virally spreading, the idea of being a hero is not washing. It's something that I've really been pushing for since I was about 6 or 7. And I just like taking baths. So well done, Anna Karine. That is top-notch work. A round of applause, everybody, for Anna Karine. We can all be similar heroes. Absolutely. We can be heroes just for 1 week. And there we go. There we go. Another outstanding episode. I think you'll agree. Thank you to all of you who watched. I raise my glass to each and every one of you, and you should raise your glasses to each other as well, because we're all in this together. We're all in this together. The family simile only works because we are kind of a family. I hope this has brought some positivity into your miserable quarantined existences. Fear not, there will be another heaping dollop of art next Sunday, so tune in for that as well. Email me as much as you like, as ever, with whatever you like. Ask me a question, ask me for advice, ask me for art, ask me for anything. Something that I am actually thinking of implementing. We're all at home more than we would be otherwise. If you're working from home, that's wonderful that you're able to do that. If you're not working from home, you've got a lot of free time. But if you are working from home, you still got the time that you would be spent going out for social things. You're not going out for social things. Positive Show, Notme, SJBeck72. Thanks so much, dude. We've all got a little bit more time in our hands, and we're all feeling feelings, yeah? We're all feeling these feelings. And so, my challenge to you, my homework of sorts to you, but it's fun, is to write a poem. I would like you to write a poem. It can be as long as you want, it can be as short as you want, it can rhyme, it can not rhyme. I mean, a poem can be pretty much any old words that you put onto a piece of paper. That's the joy of poetry. You just write anything and call it a poem. It could be a limerick. There once was a virus named Corona who, you know. It could be a haiku, could be anything. But I want you to write a poem, and I want you to email it to me, iamnotme@gmail.com. And then next week we'll have a little poetry corner, and I will read all the poems. And I think it's going to be a real great way for us all to come together as creative beings. And I really hope that at least a few of you do this. I really hope that you have a lot of fun doing it. Because I'd really enjoy reading those. Because of course the more you guys write, the less I have to write for the show. Another thing that you can do very, very quickly, just before the end, Emma Acton, iambic pentameter accepted. Iambic pentameter, heartily encouraged. If you are an Amazon Prime customer, you can subscribe to my channel for free. Now, anybody else, it would cost you money to subscribe to the channel, but an Amazon Prime customer can subscribe to my channel for free. I believe there should be a button up here somewhere. Follow the info. It costs you nothing, but I do think it gives me money. And whilst I can't spend that money on anything other than groceries at the moment, I'd still really appreciate it. Thank you to all of you. I am Notme, I am Art, and I am wishing you a very happy, a very positive, and a very creative week ahead. Get those poems in. Thank you so much. All the best. Cheers!
What a great show we all made just now. It was creative, live and divine. You did wonderful work, so go and take a bow. Just a slightly smaller bow than mine. So I'll see you right here next week, same time. What'll happen, gosh, I just don't know. But I can promise you this, I'm going to blow your mind next week on the Most Week Show.